Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And this morning I had a very difficult decision to make. I usually don't have to make choices this hard, but this morning was one of them. That's because two videos were posted and I had to make a tough call of which one to watch and react to, because not only did yesterday GQ Sports post how Will Hernandez spent his first $1 million in the NFL, wait for it, my first million, but we also had a brand new episode of, wait for it, Millennial Money. And obviously it's like Millennial Money is my bread and butter, like that's where we all came from. So obviously like I gotta go and pick Millennial Money to watch this morning and react to. And unfortunately, they kind of ruined me with the title because I can't say what they have in the title. And honestly, I don't think they should have put that word in the title. If you guys are curious what that word is, it's the illness that's been going around, that if you mention it on YouTube, YouTube doesn't like that, so they don't want to push those videos. So I have to bleep this out. And I've never had to bleep out a title ever, my entire life, but today, we're going to be doing that because the video title is Living on $5K6 in Dallas before unemployment, wait for it, Millennial Money. Now I have a feeling they probably filmed this video a few months ago before all of this madness happened, and then they had to like reevaluate how they were going to be doing this, because probably in this video there's a lot of things that are happening right now that were illness. Like maybe they're going out with a whole bunch of friends, maybe they go to the nightclub, living it up, and we can't do that right now because we're at home watching YouTube videos all the time. And let's watch some good old-fashioned, wait for it, Millennial Money. Cheers, guys, and make sure to get your 2 free stocks down below in the description. Webull is going to be giving you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 in the platform, and one of the stocks is going to be valued up to $1,400. So in times like this, if you want 2 free stocks, now is your time to do this with all of the free time on your hands. So anyway, with that said, let's begin the video.
When I got those 2 jobs, never once did I think that I would be back in a position where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not making any money.
Gotta keep fighting, financially and keep, striving to get to a more stable place, because a lot of the things that we feel security in can be gone in an instant.
Okay, so it seems like they've given us the update right now in the very beginning, and then we're going to be seeing what life was like before all of this mess. And yeah, I mean, this is really one of those things that no one ever expected to happen. I mean, honestly, something like this is not something that like 3 years ago you could have predicted, unless you're Bill Gates. But no one knew that it was going to be happening in 2020. So really, I think the big lesson here, if there is a lesson, if there's any takeaway from this, is that sometimes things happen that are just completely outside of our control that none of us can really plan for or predict. So really the best thing that we could do is keep our expenses low, keep our savings high, invest as much money as we can, keep things stable, and really double down when things are good and when things are bad. That is in your time to go and hunker down, get through it, and then come out the other side okay. At least from a financial perspective, let's make it that, and then to obviously value our friends and family and our health. So there you go. Cheers again.
My name is Nasa Bush. I'm 28 years old.
My name is Marique Bush, and I'm also 28.
Together we make $56,000 a year.
And we live in Dallas, Texas.
It's such a cute little place that they're living in. I don't know why, but I'm a fan of just like really small places. Like even in my house, I only really use like 2 of the rooms in the entire house, and that's kind of it. Like I like having very little to maintain, very little overhead, and this is really perfect for that. Plus, I love the yellow. I think that yellow accent is such a good color against that door and against the siding. I think that's just pretty neat. Wow, look at this. We got a theft and fraud investigator for a national retailer. We got like a Frank Abagnale Jr. going on here.
My career in loss prevention started primarily with catching shoplifters, and now I've kind of promoted up to a theft and fraud role where I'm basically investigating large-scale thefts and credit fraud situations.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it. I'm kidding. But no, honestly, that seems like such a fun job, just to be in going like catch people. Like I think all of us deep down want to be that person, be like, I gotcha, sneaky, couldn't get past me. I think that seems like such a fun job, and I hate to say it, but that job is always going to be in demand. There are always going to be people out there trying to like mess with the system, steal stuff. So in a way, I think a job like that it's always going to be around.
I actually just
see, let me just count my money. Oh yes, nice. It's all, wait a second, $20 is missing. I'm missing $20. I'm gonna be finding out who did that. It was probably the Cat Ramsey.
Started 2 new jobs at the same time, serving at one place and bartending at another.
Why did they put that shot in there? Was that done on purpose? Was that done on purpose? They know what they're doing. They're clever for putting that picture in there. Okay. Again, that's one of the things I would love to do one day. Like my dream one day, I want a really tiny house in the middle of nowhere, like on a lake somewhere. Like, I don't know, like Montana or like Wyoming or just like Lake Tahoe or like a really tiny, cool vacation home. And then I want to do van life at some point in my life. I want to be in a little van, traveling around the United States, going and sightseeing stuff. I mean, this is really the stuff you need to do. Like, no one needs a 20,000 square foot home. You could get a little 200 square foot tiny home for 55 grand. Never have to worry about it. You're always going to have a roof over your head. And something like this, I think, is perfect.
So now we pay $500 per month to rent the lot here. And that includes all utilities except electric.
Okay, so let's talk about that land lease there, $500 a month. That's about typical for renting a plot of land in one of those communities, and then that gives you access to hook up to some of their utilities. So I get it, and that is also in lieu of paying property taxes, because when you buy a little tiny home like this, technically it's movable, it's not a part of the land. You don't have to pay any property tax on that, but you do have to pay space to lease that land. So $500 a month, I mean, it's a decent amount, but still it's way cheaper than ever paying rent, and you get to at least own the building that you're in. So that's fine.
So we have a budget set for our allowance. Basically anything that like fun that we want to do. It's been on average around like $600.
So let's look at this. Insurance, $696 a month for health, dental, 2 cars, and homeowners. Yikes. I have a feeling a lot of that has probably got to be health insurance. I hate to say it, health insurance is so unbelievably expensive. Even for me, it's like $220 a month as like a very healthy person who's in their 20s with no pre-existing conditions besides like a mild case of asthma. $220 a month, and that's like the lowest, worst coverage you could possibly have. It's basically just a catastrophic plan, and that's it. So insurance is going to be a lot. Then we got discretionary spending, $600 a month. Dining out, drinks, movies, skating, clothing, etc. Well, I have a feeling now that discretionary spending is basically been cut to probably nothing. But overall, I would say that discretionary spending seems like a little bit too much. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat. I do think it's probably spending a little bit too much money, maybe dining out and drinks, but then again, they're saving a lot of money on their living expenses, so kind of balances it out, but I would just assume that if they could save so much money over here, they could just continue that saving everywhere else. Okay, so anyway, then we got $590, lot for tiny house. Utilities include Wi-Fi, electricity, and propane. So, okay, at the very least, they're getting a lot of value from this, and utilities like water, sewer, trash, laundry, I mean, that alone could be like $100 and something a month, plus Wi-Fi for like an extra $50 a month and electricity. So overall, like right there, that's like $150, $160 a month, just right there, and then everything else after that is for the lease and the space, so okay, that's fine. So then we got giving, $500 a month, and the one thing that they're missing anytime you give something is that you have to give a like on the video. If you guys enjoy videos like this, it does really help. I had to figure out a way to sneak that in somewhere. So if you guys have not already, smash the like button, make sure to go ahead and do that. Then we got groceries, $350 a month. Now the grocery bill, I think is fine. It's just the dining out expenses on top of the grocery bill, probably a little bit too much, but that's okay. Then we got unexpected expenses, $200 a month. Household supplies, home and car maintenance, etc. Okay, you know, $200 a month is fine. Phone, $145 a month for the phone. That is a lot. That is a lot of money for the phone for 2 people. Now that could probably be cut down a lot depending on their plan, but you know, I'm gonna let that one go, but that is a lot. Then we got gas, $130 a month. But again, on 2 cars, if they're both commuting, I could kind of see that. Gym, $20 a month. Well done in the gym. And then savings, $740 a month. That's what I love to see. I love to see that savings.
So we started with $125,000 worth of debt, and now we have zero.
Wow, that is incredible for them to pay that much debt. Now, I have a feeling it's probably student loan debt because they seem way too smart to be like racking up credit card bills left and right, but let's see.
That I was telling him like we need to buckle down and like start getting out of debt, and he was like, no, we're young, let's live it up. And so our first 2 years of marriage, we kind of just like spent money and like did like crazy trips.
I mean, that's the thing. Like instead of paying down 125 grand worth of debt, they could be positive, let's just say $130,000. Considering that they're not going to pay interest on that debt, they're going to be putting all the money towards investments. So right there, they could have had probably right now with the markets down like $125,000, $130,000 in the bank in investments. Just for foregoing trips. Now, trips are always something that you could do later in life. You know, the Great Barrier Reef is always going to be there. I'm kidding. The Great Barrier Reef is probably not always going to be there, unfortunately, as sad as that is to say. So it's probably a good idea if you're going to visit anywhere, visit a place before it is extinct. It sucks to say that. We got to save the Great Barrier Reef, guys. Like, slightly off topic here, but I am a huge fan of can you be a fan of marine life? Well, anyway, I'm a huge fan of that. So if we could keep global warming down to a minimum, you guys, that would make me very happy. Please, thank you.
We started with lots of debt. I think about 12 debt accounts. We had several credit cards, different pieces of furniture that was being financed. We also had our student loans, both of them, both of our cars. Then later into the journey, we bought the tiny house, and so that was our last piece of debt that we willingly went into, and then we were like, no more after that.
That's so much. What didn't they buy? What didn't they finance? At least if you're going to finance something that's going to make you money. A couch is not going to make you money. Vacations probably are not going to be making you money. You want to finance investments. You always finance something that ends up making you money. If whatever you finance doesn't make you money, then don't buy it or don't finance it.
Serving as a waitress was the most lucrative for her, and doing pizza delivery was the most lucrative for me.
We really stopped doing anything but working in order for us to spend time with each other. I would go after work and go sit in the car while he drives around and like delivers pizzas. That was like our, together time.
I'm very happy that they have not only found like side hustles and things to do to make money, but also things to do together. Like he could go and deliver pizzas and have date night at the same time, and your car smells like pizza. That's the best feeling ever. Imagine having a car all the time. It just smells like freshly baked pizza. Like the other day, a Domino's pizza car went down the street, and like if you're outside, you could smell it. It smells so good. And yeah, that is date night now.
And school is also closed as well. I'm not tutoring right now. Right now, jobless.
My job just announced today that they were closing all stores. Fortunately, it is with pay for the next 2 weeks. I don't know what that looks like after those 2 weeks.
I have a feeling you're probably going to be able to get some pretty good unemployment. Maybe, I don't know the details of their situation, but it seems as though the unemployment should take care of this for right now. And I've even been reading some things online now that unemployment for certain people pays more than actually working. Don't understand that, don't get that. But that is what I have now seen. So we'll see what happens on this.
Throughout the whole debt process, we've learned how to not spend money. And so now we're able to snap back and do the exact same thing that we were doing before and not really feeling the pinch of it.
Okay, so here we go. So it looks like they got their insurance down a little bit. They could probably shop around insurance a little bit more, get that down a little bit further. But again, I think good insurance right now, especially at a time like this, is very important. Discretionary spending $150 a month. They could probably get that down even less than that. Like all you really need, YouTube, a few board games, Netflix, and then just take walks. That right there's your discretionary spending under $100 a month. There you go, good. Housing is not going to change, obviously. Giving, they're still giving. So throughout all of this, that's great. They kept that consistent. Groceries have not gone down, which kind of makes sense. Groceries are groceries, that's fine. Phone could definitely be something they cut back on. And then gas, I'm wondering why the gas has not cut down. If they're not working, where are they going? Where are they going if they're not working? Unless he's doing food delivery, in which case he's probably doing way more driving than usual and he's busier than ever.
So if this went on for 3 months, we'd need about $6,000 in cash flow in order to just stay stable and to not touch any emergency fund savings or anything like that.
See, that's good they got an emergency fund, but I hate to say it, but the $5,000 is probably not enough. Ideally, before they go out and start spending money on any discretionary expenses, they should have gotten this probably up to like $7,500 to maybe $15,000. That way they got their 3 to 6 months worth of bare minimum expenses that they have to fall back on. And then in the meantime, too, they could see if they could pick up other work or any sort of unemployment or anything like this.
There's a lot of industries that are actually, spiking in business right now.
Hey, that's iMovie! That's iMovie. He is on iMovie. I love that. And he's using Notes. I do the same thing. I script out all my videos on Notes and then I edit in iMovie.
During our debt-free journey, we concentrated more on paying down a debt instead of building our emergency fund, which I still feel really good about. I just wish that the year after we got out of debt that we would have been a little bit more serious building up that fund, because it absolutely could have been built up. We just wanted to enjoy a little bit.
Yeah, Right, you know what, that's the thing, and at least they acknowledge that, and I actually agree with her. I would have prioritized, in a way, paying down debt, because I have a feeling that debt is costing them a lot of money. They would be better off just paying that down. But after that was paid down, ideally, they would have just continued doing exactly that, putting the money in their emergency fund. Then once they got like, 15 grand or so, then at that point, you could start to relax a little bit, start to spend a little bit more money, and just have something to fall back on should something, hopefully not come up. But, we'll see.
And we're not going to touch retirement accounts. I mean, my retirement account has been on a roller coaster, and it's been dipping tremendously. And a lot of people are saying, pull it out, but we believe that it will, resume back to where it was and go even higher.
I definitely think it will. Just give it time. Do not pull out of your retirement account by any means. Don't do that. Don't sell out, but don't be a sellout is what I'm trying to say. So just keep your money in there. It will recover long term, I think.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Marique, and I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Nasa.
And in this video, we're going to be sharing with you 6 steps to how we paid off $125,000 in just 24 months.
There we go, they got a YouTube channel too. So as usual, like I've done with everyone else, I will link to their channel down below in the description, and I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to their channel. So let's do our best to support them during this time of need and support their channel, and make sure, as usual, to watch all of the ads. And then that way, they'll make a little bit more money.
So our YouTube channel got monetized about a month ago now, I would say. Yeah. And we made about $500 in our first month.
I have a feeling this month it's probably gonna be like $1,500 to maybe like $2,500. The funny thing is they're probably gonna just end up making more money on YouTube than they will from their actual jobs. And I have a feeling they're never going to return back to like a normal job or anything ever again after this. I think a lot of people are gonna be in the same position where they're home, they find other ways to make money, and then afterwards they're just like, well, why am I gonna go back to work? I'm making more money doing my own thing, so I'm gonna keep it that way. Or they're working from home, they're like, well, listen, I've been working from home this entire time. I'm getting way more work done. I'm not going to go back into work anymore. Let's just continue this. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be in that position, and a lot more people are going to be working from home now, which I think is great.
When we're done living in it, we plan to rent it out on Airbnb. I ran the numbers, and at the price point per night that I'm thinking about, I think we can probably turn $35,000 to $45,000 a year off of it.
$35,000 to $45,000 a year off a $55,000 investment, minus, let's say, $7,500 a year for the land cost. That's a fantastic ROI. Now, I don't know what the restrictions would be in a community like this for Airbnb, but if those are actual numbers, they should just be going and buying one of those a year, then Airbnb-ing it and like owning it outright and just building a huge business from that while doing YouTube at the same time.
I would just say stay calm, take a look at where you're at, do everything you can on paper and just try to ride it out, and we all are going to come out of it on the other side.
I definitely believe they're going to be coming out of this the other side probably way better than they went into it. As weird as that is to say, I have a feeling they're going to be doing tremendously well, especially on YouTube. I don't know why I have all of this money here anymore. I kind of put it here in the very beginning as a joke, and then I just kept it here. But anyway, you guys, we just finished a brand new episode of Millennial Money. We did it, and this is fantastic. I wish they could do more episodes like this, like the before and after, or like what people are going through financially right now during this time, and like how that affects their job and their income and how they spend money. I think something like that would be incredibly interesting. So if CNBC is watching this right now, I don't think they can really travel or like go in their big groups and like go to people's houses at this point in time. But if they could do that at some point or another, I think that would be really insightful and really interesting to take a look into. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you have not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, add me on Instagram. Post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. And lastly, like I mentioned in the beginning, if you guys want those 2 free stocks, use the link down below in the description, and Webull is going to be giving you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 on the platform, with one of the stocks being valued up to $1,400. So if you're home right now and you want something to do and you want 2 free stocks, use that link down below. Let me know which 2 free stocks you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.